Good evening. This is the 5FM Radio Main News. The headlines. Energy Minister warns against political interference in electricity load management. Enterprise Power Zambia donates 1.4 million kwacha and relief items to support disaster response. And at least 12 dead in Honduras plane crash. This bulletin is also live on Facebook, 5FM Radio Zambia, and YouTube, 5FM Radio Zambia. With the details, my name is Lance Sannie. Energy Minister Makozo Chikote has cautioned against political interference in electricity load management, emphasizing that decisions should be guided by technical expertise and national interest rather than external influences. Mr. Chikote has since directed ZESCO Limited to strictly adhere to the agreed 7-hour electricity load management schedule nationwide to enhance predictability and minimize disruptions to households, businesses, and essential services. He has urged ZESCO management to be proactive in their decision-making, ensuring efficiency, transparency, and accountability in addressing the country's energy challenges. The minister made these remarks during a high-level meeting attended by the ZESCO Board and Management, the Energy Regulation Board (DRB), and Rural Electrification Authority (REA). Further, he has instructed ZESCO to accelerate efforts to add an additional 1,000 megawatts of power to the national grid by the end of the year, in line with President Hakainde Hichilema's directive. Meanwhile, ZESCO reaffirmed its commitment to implementing the agreed load management schedule, improving public communication, and fast-tracking power generation projects as guided by the government. This is according to a statement issued by Ministry of Energy Principal Public Relations Officer Bob Sianjalika. Disaster Management and Mitigation Unit TMMU National Coordinator Norman Chipaku has commended Enterprise Power Zambia for donating 1.4 million kwacha and various relief food items to the government of Zambia. Mr. Chipaku has emphasized that the donation is intended to support national disaster response efforts, particularly in the work of ongoing droughts and floods. He has highlighted that the contribution has come at a critical time and serves as a testament to the power of partnerships and corporate social responsibility. Mr. Chipaku has stated that this support is not only timely, but also a demonstration of how collaboration between the public and private sectors can make a meaningful impact in addressing national emergencies. The donation is expected to boost relief efforts aimed at assisting affected communities across the country.
Donation from your company, Enterprise Power Limited, in the form of beans, cooking oil, sugar, soya chunks, and other goods valued 1.4 million. This is meant to support our national drought and other emergencies as a response effort taken after the drought and now the floods. This gets Mr. Kalenda and your team and your board is a testament to the power of partnerships. The president always emphasizes that the public sector on its own can't solve all the problems, but we should work with the private sector. And it's also a very good sign of corporate social responsibility by your company trying to address the humanitarian challenges which are facing our people.
The government has acknowledged that it is both a privilege and an honor for Zambia to host the Africa Regional Preparatory Meeting for the 2025 conferences of the parties, COPs, to the Basel, Rotterdam, and Stockholm conventions. Speaking at the meeting in Lusaka today, Minister of Green Economy and Environment Mike Mposha has emphasized that as the African region prepares for COP 2025, this year's Basel, Rotterdam, and Stockholm BRI's COPs will be unique. He highlighted that the meetings will include a high level segment designed to provide an interactive, dynamic, and inclusive platform for ministers and deputy ministers. Mr. Mposha has further stressed that the preparatory meeting should focus on creating a strong foundation for the high level segment while serving as a platform to raise political awareness, garner support for the conventions, and promote dialogue among ministers, deputy ministers, and other high level representatives. Meanwhile, Zambia Environmental Management Agency ZEMA Director General Engineer Godfrey Mwinga has underscored the importance of the conventions in addressing regional challenges related to the movement of hazardous waste, solid sound management of chemicals, and harmful exposure to hazardous substances. Engineer Mwenga noted that the meeting provides an opportunity for the African region to discuss priority issues and needs while formulating a united position for effective negotiations at COP25. National Pension Scheme Authority NAPSA head of corporate affairs Kefas Sinyangwe has provided clarification regarding recent reports circulating on social media about the planned demolition of structures related to the NAPSA project. Mr. Sinyangwe explained that, contrary to some of the claims circulating online, only the office block and the car park have been identified by the consultant and engineer for demolition. He has emphasized that no other structures are involved in the demolition process. This statement was made to clear any confusion and ensure the public is informed about the actual scope of the project and the demolition plans.
What was found to be structurally unsound and need to be demolished, that's the more, but I mean, that's the car park and the office block. So it's the car park and the office block. Those are the ones that the consultants that who did the assessment said were not sound and needed to be demolished. And the DG further clarified or reiterated that the hotel is safe, just like the mall is also salvageable. Now, it's important to understand that the whole business park was closed off as a result of concern for the safety of members, because the said car park services the office block, the hotel, and the mall.
And in other news trending this evening, Movement for Restoration of Teachers Affairs Morita Zambia Deputy Executive Director for Administration Pythias Chita has called on the Examination Council of Zambia ECZ to consider creating district offices and employ professional accounting staff and data entry officers to manage GCE and Grade 9 external examination entries, among other duties. Lunte Member of Parliament Mtotwe Kafwaya has opposed the efforts by the UPND administration to amend the Republican Constitution. Up next, the business news.
5FM Radio Business News. We make business. Keep you current in commerce, trade, and industry, local and global. It's our business to keep you informed about business.
Zesco Limited has partnered with Beacon Power Services PPS Limited to launch a 6-month pilot project aimed at installing smart meters for residential customers. The initiative seeks to reduce unplanned power outages, enable faster repairs, enhance billing accuracy, and mitigate distribution losses. The pilot project was launched on March 17, 2025 in Lusaka's Ruma in Kanyama Townships. It will introduce modern electricity technology across these areas while upgrading electrical equipment. If successful, the project could be expanded for nationwide implementation. Zesco's Director of Distribution and Customer Services Engineer Hadley Havene explained that the smart meters will provide real-time data on electricity usage and network performance. This data will allow Zesco to monitor the electricity network continuously, enabling the company to quickly detect and address outages and other potential issues. Engineer Havene further stated that the project aims to reduce high distribution losses by identifying loss points in a timely manner. Additionally, customers will transition to a more efficient digital billing and payment platform, improving both accuracy and convenience. Zesco has emphasized that customer cooperation is crucial for the project's success and for the long-term improvement of electricity services in Zambia. Ends the business news.
5FM Radio Business News. We mean business. Keep you current in commerce, trade, and industry, local and global. It's our business to keep informed about business.
And in foreign news, at least 12 people have been killed after a plane crashed off the Caribbean coast of Honduras on Monday evening, officials said. The aircraft, operated by Honduran airline Lancia, crashed into the sea within a minute of takeoff from the island of Rotan. The Honduran National Police and Fire Department separately saved 5 people had been rescued, while one person is to be found. The cause of the crash is not yet known, but Rotan's mayor told local media it wasn't because of the weather, which was normal. The Honduran Civil Aeronautics Agency said an investigation was underway. For more, here's a roundup from the BBC.
Of the strikes, although the US was informed in advance. This boy was in a school that was hit during one of the airstrikes. President Vladimir Putin has told Russian business leaders they should not expect full free trade to be restored in the event of Western sanctions being lifted. Speaking ahead of a keenly anticipated phone call with Donald Trump about ending the war in Ukraine, Mr. Putin said competitors would always want to weaken Russia. The BBC's James Landale in Kiev says Mr. Putin has previously set out his conditions for a truce. In the last few minutes, the German parliament has approved changes to the constitution to allow the country to invest huge sums in the military and infrastructure. Defence spending will now be exempt from restrictions on government borrowing. The changes also allow the creation of a more than $500 billion fund for infrastructure. The incoming Chancellor Friedrich Merz said they were necessary to strengthen Germany against what he called Russia's war of aggression.
And in sports news, the Football Association of Zambia FAS Northwestern Province Annual General Meeting AGM is currently underway, with Provincial Minister Robert Lihefu expressing delight with the strides made in the development of the game. And FAS President Andrew Kamanga says the association had laid a strong foundation for decentralization with the training of administrators in the last few years. In a speech read on his behalf by Deputy Permanent Secretary Lakson Mulumbi, Lihefu says the province had seen a lot of development in the last few years. He also emphasized that government would not interfere with the operations of football in the country. Lihefu urged the participants in elections to ensure that they were focused on the developing of the game. Meanwhile, Kamanga lauded the steps FAS had made in actualizing the decentralization policy. The Northwestern Province Elective AGM is the fourth after Southern, Lusaka, and Central. And now, the weather.
Class Econ Roofing Africa. Class Econ Roofing, plot 17100 off Katanga Road, 150 meters from Mumbwa Road, Chinika Industrial Area, Lusaka. Class Econ Roofing. Class plus economy. Class Econ. Class Econ Roofing Africa. Class Econ.
The evening is partly cloudy, slightly windy, and warm to mild with a chance of isolated rain. Ends our weather report, and that item brings us to the end of the news. But before we go, a recap of the stories that made headlines. The Minister of Energy, Makozo Chikote, has cautioned against political interference in electricity load management, emphasizing that decisions should be guided by technical expertise and national interest rather than external influences. The Disaster Management and Mitigation Unit MMU National Coordinator Norman Chipakupaku has commended Enterprise Power Zambia for donating 1.4 million kwacha in various relief food items to the government of Zambia. And finally, at least 12 people have been killed after a plane crash off the Caribbean coast of Honduras on Monday evening, officials said. For more news, follow us on Facebook, 5FM Radio Zambia, and YouTube, 5FM Radio Zambia. On behalf of the entire news crew and the technical department, thank you for listening to the Happy World of 5FM. Stay safe and stay tuned to 5FM Radio. My name is Lance Sannie Banda. Do have a pleasant evening.